The creature in the deep, the ocean was endless and dark, far below the surface. Sunlight could never reach, only black water and crushing pressure filled this world. In the middle of this silence, a massive research submarine drifted slowly. It was shaped like a long steel whale, strong enough to survive the weight of the deep. Inside the submarine, the crew of 6 sat at their stations. They had come here for one reason: to investigate a strange signal that no one could explain. For 3 nights in a row, satellites had picked up a heat signature deep in the Mariana Trench. It was moving slowly, too slowly for any submarine, but far too large for any fish. Some thought it might be a secret military project. Others whispered about sea monsters, but one scientist on board, Dr. Maya Trent, believed it could be something even stranger. She had studied media records and found that 40 years ago, something had crashed into the Pacific. No wreckage had ever been found, only strange readings from the ocean floor. Now the signal had returned, right where that crash had been recorded. The submarine's captain, Elias Ward, kept his eyes on the sonar screen. The green line moved in a slow circle, sending out pings into the darkness. Every few seconds, a bright dot appeared, then faded, then appeared again. "It's circling us," said the sonar operator, his voice low. The temperature in the control room seemed to drop, though the machines hummed as always. The crew leaned forward, trying to see more, but the darkness outside the windows was thick. The only light came from the submarine itself, 2 powerful beams cutting through the black. Then, it happened. The shadow ahead moved, slow and heavy. At first it was only a darker patch in the water. Then the shape became clear, a massive creature, longer than the submarine. Its skin shimmered faintly with a blue glow, like light trapped under glass. Its eyes were enormous, dark, and filled with an unsettling intelligence. The alien moved with a grace no earthly animal could match. Its body rippled like liquid metal, each movement smooth and controlled. Dr. Maya gasped. That's not from Earth," she whispered. The crew stayed frozen, unsure whether to move closer or retreat. Then, without warning, the alien swam toward them. Its movement was fast, but silent. Before anyone could react, it stopped just in front of the submarine's viewing glass. Its eyes studied the humans inside, as if it could see through metal and bone. Then something unexpected happened. A glowing object, round and pulsing like a living heart, appeared in the alien's hand. With slow precision, it attached the object to the submarine's outer hull. The moment it touched the metal, it stuck there, as if fused. The object gave off a slow, steady light, blue at first, then fading to white, then back to blue, like a heartbeat. The alien lingered for a moment longer. Then, with a single powerful stroke of its tail, it turned and swam into the darkness. Within seconds, it was gone, swallowed by the deep. The crew sat in silence, the hum of the submarine the only sound. Captain Ward stood, his eyes locked on the glowing orb outside. "What is it?" asked one of the engineers. "No idea," said Dr. Maya, her face pale. "But if I'm right, we just made first contact." Minutes passed. No one dared touch the orb. Its light was hypnotic, pulsing slowly as if alive. The crew began to feel as if it was watching them. Captain Ward finally ordered the sub to rise. "We take it back to the surface," he said. "But whatever that thing is, I have a feeling it's not just a gift." As the submarine began its slow climb upward, the orb pulsed faster. Dr. Maya couldn't stop staring at it. Somewhere deep inside, she felt a chill. She didn't know why, but she had the sudden and unshakable thought that the alien wasn't done with them yet. The truth unfolds. The submarine reached the surface just before dawn. Gray waves rocked the vessel as it was lifted by a crane onto the deck of the research ship. The crew stepped out, their faces pale and tired. The glowing orb was still attached to the submarine's hull, pulsing softly. Its light was almost calming, but no one could shake the unease they felt. Dr. Maya stood closest to it. In the morning light, she could see strange patterns moving inside the orb. It was like watching smoke swirl inside glass. The patterns shifted slowly, almost like they were alive. An engineer approached with protective gloves and tried to touch it. The moment his fingers came close, the orb released a faint vibration. It wasn't loud, but every person nearby felt it in their chest. The engineer pulled back immediately. "It doesn't want me to touch it," he muttered. The ship's captain ordered the orb to be removed and taken to the onboard lab. It took hours to cut a small section of the submarine's hull so the orb could be moved without damage. Inside the lab, The scientists placed it inside a sealed, reinforced chamber. The readings came in instantly. The orb was filled with a liquid that could not exist on the surface without special pressure. If the pressure dropped, the liquid would evaporate instantly. This meant the orb had to be from a place of extreme depth, exactly like the alien itself. Dr. Maya began searching through old government files she had copied before the mission. Among the dusty reports, she found what she had been looking for. 40 years ago, something massive had entered Earth's atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean. The official explanation had been meteor impact, but the recovery notes were strange. The Navy had searched the area for weeks. They never found rock fragments or meteorite metal. Instead, they detected unexplained heat signatures at the bottom of the trench. After a few months, the readings vanished. The case was closed, and all files were marked classified. Now the heat was back, and the alien was swimming right where the crash had been recorded. Dr. Maya's heart pounded as she made the connection. The alien wasn't visiting Earth. It had been here for decades, living in the deep, surviving in conditions no human could reach without machines. As the scientists ran more tests, they found something alarming. The liquid inside the orb wasn't just water from the deep. It had strange microscopic life forms inside, life forms that reacted violently when exposed to normal air. They multiplied fast, then burned out in seconds. It was unlike anything seen on Earth. It was both beautiful and terrifying. While most of the crew argued about what to do, a heated debate broke out. Some wanted to capture the alien and study it in a controlled environment. They believed its biology could lead to huge scientific breakthroughs. Others, including Dr. Maya, thought it was too dangerous. If the alien survived only in the deep sea, it meant removing it from that habitat might kill it, or worse, unleash something humans couldn't control. That night, as the ship floated in calm waters, something strange happened. The orb's light began to pulse faster. The vibrations returned, stronger this time. It was as if the orb was sending a signal. Dr. Maya stared at it and whispered, "It's calling something." Moments later, the ocean around the ship began to stir. The water darkened, as if a shadow was rising from the depths. Every crew member rushed to the deck. In the moonlight, a massive figure broke the surface. It was the alien, its glowing skin brighter than before. It circled the ship slowly, its eyes never leaving the orb. Then, without touching the vessel, it slipped beneath the waves again. Only the fading glow beneath the surface told them where it had gone. Dr. Maya realized something then. The alien hadn't given them the orb as a gift. It had given it to them as a warning. And now, something else down there had heard the call. The climax and resolution. The night was colder than before. The sea was calm, but the crew could feel something heavy in the air. The glowing orb inside the lab pulsed faster, almost frantic. It was no longer a slow, gentle heartbeat. It was a warning drum. Dr. Maya watched the monitor showing deep-sea sonar readings. Shapes were moving in the trench. Large shapes, not one, not two, but many. They were rising toward the surface. The captain ordered the ship to pull away from the trench. Engines roared, but the radar showed the shapes following. Then the alien appeared again. It swam at incredible speed, darting around the ship. It wasn't attacking, it was defending. The other shapes slowed whenever it passed near them. The crew realized the alien was holding them back. Dr. Maya knew they had to return the orb. "It's theirs," she said. "It's what keeps them in the deep. If they didn't give it back, the others might keep coming." But the captain hesitated. "What if it's dangerous to return it?" he asked. Maya's voice was firm. "It's more dangerous if we keep it." The crew suited up and prepared the submarine for another dive. This time, their mission was not to explore, but to return what did not belong to them. As the submarine sank, the water grew darker and colder. The lights illuminated only a small circle in the blackness. Shapes moved at the edges of the beam, huge and silent. They felt the pressure building. The orb in the storage case vibrated harder, as if eager to return. Then, in the distance, the alien appeared. Its blue glow cut through the darkness. It swam closer and hovered before the submarine. It didn't attack or threaten. It simply waited. Dr. Maya understood. It wanted them to follow. The alien led them deeper than they had gone before. Finally, the light revealed a massive structure buried in the ocean floor. It was made of dark, alien metal, covered in coral and strange glowing plants. Part of it was broken, but parts still hummed with energy. This was the crash site from 40 years ago, and this was the alien's home, or maybe its prison. The alien swam to a large opening in the structure. Inside, Glowing pods lined the walls. They pulsed just like the orb. Dr. Maya realized they were containment units, each one holding the same strange liquid. The alien pointed to an empty slot. The crew carefully placed the orb inside. The moment it locked into place, the vibrations stopped. The pulsing slowed to a calm rhythm again. But then, the water outside, the structures shifted. The larger shapes had followed them. Dozens of massive deep-sea creatures surrounded the area, their glowing eyes fixed on the submarine. Before panic could set in, the alien swam between them and the humans. It raised its arms, and the creatures froze. Then, slowly, they sank back into the dock. The danger was gone. The alien returned to the submarine. It looked directly at Dr. Maya through the viewing glass. In its dark, ancient eyes, she saw no anger, only understanding. She realized the alien was not trapped in the deep. It stayed there to guard something far worse from ever reaching the surface. By returning the orb, they had restored the barrier. If it ever broke again, the creatures from below might rise, and humanity would not survive. The submarine returned to the surface. The alien did not follow. It vanished into the darkness, back to its endless watch. On deck, Dr. Maya looked out at the calm sea. Somewhere beneath those waves, the alien still swam, keeping the deep safe, and keeping the surface world safe from the deep.